Hi, I'm author Brianna Kay.
And I'm illustrator Alex Koski.
And we're here today to tell you about our new book, We Can Be Anything. A little about me: I received my undergraduate degree at Connecticut College studying psychology and human development, and I'm currently pursuing my master's in special education at the University of Connecticut. I plan to be a special education teacher in the upcoming year.
Well, I'm naturally a videographer and photographer based out of Manchester, Connecticut. I have my own production company entitled Clinical Productions. I produce music videos, corporate videos, portrait photography, you name it. Naturally, I'm not an illustrator by trade or really by skill in my opinion. But when Brianna brought this idea to me for this book, and I could really see the impact that it could have on a child and their development and their just racial and cultural biases, I couldn't help but jump at the opportunity to try to expand my skill set and really hope that we can be a part of something big here.
The research that inspired this book was truly life-changing for me. During my undergrad, I had the privilege to work in schools in the New London and Waterford area, as well as schools in the Glastonbury and Hartford area. I noticed differences within the materials provided for all of the schools, but one commonality that I found between all of them were that within the books, most of the characters were white, and specifically white males. This was very disheartening for me to see, specifically in the schools in the New London Waterford district, because that was not the majority population of the students within the school, and I was confused why they wouldn't be able to see themselves represented in their own books. I looked into previous research studies that had to do with this phenomenon and came across the Clark-Dahl study. I created my own study based on this study to see how far we've come since this study in the last 50 years. My study wanted to look at if children nowadays still had these racial and gender biases, and also how much these biases were affecting their aspirations towards certain jobs. I conducted interviews with 53 children aged 3 to 5 years old and had students point to an emoji skin tone spectrum. I asked the children which faces were the good faces, the bad faces, and which could do all of the different jobs such as doctor, teacher, nurse, athlete, police officer, etc. I reminded the children that they could choose all of the faces or none of the faces for their answers. The initial results from my study were the same as the Clark-Dahl study, unfortunately. So I thought, what could I do to decrease these biases? I found a series of multicultural books that showed characters of different races and genders performing these jobs. Each week I read them a different job book and would remind the children that all of the characters of different genders and races could do the jobs if they worked hard. I also had the children color themselves as the job of the week at the end of each lesson. After 9 weeks, I retested the children to see if their biases had gone down, and the results truly surprised me. Not only did they see more faces as being good and being capable of doing all of the jobs, they are more likely to see themselves as being capable of doing the job that they originally wanted to do. After I read these books, the children completely changed their mind and said not only can everyone do this job, but I can too. Our book teaches children that no matter what gender or race or skin color they are, they can be anything they want to be as long as they work hard. In our book, it is designed for the last page. Children will be able to color themselves as the different jobs shown so they can truly understand that they can do the jobs that they want to do. The main overarching goal of our book is that we want children to be able to see themselves in these jobs and reach for their dreams and aspirations and not feel that they are too far out.